Alright, we are in the second week of bear baiting. We're getting ready to go out and do our first bait checks of the year. Everybody I talked to has said it's been kind of slow, so we'll see what happens. Got some much needed rain yesterday finally, and we're gonna get a bunch of bait mixed up, and like I said, hopefully we got some good hits. We put out a shit ton of bait, mainly because I'm working long hours, so we're not able to do it during the week. And also, you know, we're in the northwest Minnesota, no quota zone area, and we're west of all the really good bear habitat. If you go to the east, you're gonna get into a lot more of the tamarack and the spruce, and you know, there's a lot more blueberries and things like that to the east, which is a more traditional bear area. And if you go 10 miles west of here, it's all wide open farmland. So we're hunting, you know, small little pieces of timber, and we're not really in any big woods type areas, so these bears are really transitional. They end up just passing through, and if you run out of bait, that's about the worst fucking thing you could do out here. You know, they don't really understand the barrel, I don't think. They come in and it's just a magic stump that gives them good shit, and the second you run out of bait, the fucking magic tree bloometh no more, and they just go on to the next spot. They don't sit around and wait for you to put bait out again. If your bait runs dry during the week, you're looking at probably 4 or 5 days before you got bear back in again. And it's just, they wander so much around here that once you get them there, you got to try to keep them there best as you can, and that's why we put out so goddamn much bait compared to what everybody else does. So hopefully it's a good bait check, and we got some much needed rain yesterday. It's cool. I don't know, it should be a good day to bait. You know, it's nice not having 80 degrees and sweaty the whole time. So we'll get some bait made up, and hopefully we have good luck. All right, we got everything loaded up. Running, I don't remember, 16 pails, a bunch of licorice. Sorry, buckets, a bunch of licorice. Same shit as last week, pretty much. Maybe a little more peanut butter and honey and stuff, but I think we're ready to rock. Well, we talked to 2 guys bear baiting out here. One guy doesn't have any hits at all yet. The other guy's got 2 baits up. He's got one that he's got a small bore on, I believe, but it came in once, hit the barrel, and left again. So we'll see if we got any hits in this area. It was over 90 degrees for 4 days last week, so I just don't think they're going to be all that active, but hopefully we got something going on and check it out. Bait spot. Heading into the first bait. I'm gonna go check it out. The boogie woman's gonna be running bait for me again, and I'll be getting everything set up. Check it out and see if we got a hit. All right, walking into the first bait. I can see the barrel's tipped over already. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. So it's been hit pretty good. Didn't need as much as that. I thought. This little bear print right in the caramel. Looks like there's quite a bit of bait left. Looks like it, I don't think they found it all that long ago. There's a pretty good trail out here. We can kind of bet that's where they're coming from the north. Yeah, we'll get this rebaited, and yeah, got a hit anyways. Alright, this is the second barrel at this location. You can see they just tossed out all the licorice and the oats. A lot of people run oats, but I don't think they're all that effective, at least not up in this area. They got their kind of choice of whatever they want to eat. So it's just they don't really seem to eat it much. They definitely clear it out. I mean, we kind of use it as a filler just because we had a bunch left, but I know there's some people that really believe in oats and grease. It just never really panned out well for me. And I mean, I'll take the fucking Pepsi challenge when it comes to oats and grease versus peanuts and honey any day of the fucking week. But we'll get these 2 barrels baited up and we'll get the hell out of here and get to the second one. Good to see anyways. Alright, another thing that I like to do, which is kind of different, is I get a lot of this frosting and shit. And I used to rub it on trees, but they just never seem to lick it off the trees as well as they do the caramel and everything else. We rubbed caramel and shit all over these and looks like it's all cleaned off. Could have been from the 1.5 inch of rain we got too, but we'll take a bunch of this frosting, which looks fucking delicious, and I'll rub it all over the inside of the barrel. That way they get a little bit of it every time they claw something out of the barrel, and it just kind of, it also kind of keeps the wasps and fucking bees and stuff, you know, inside the barrel and kind of stuck to that sweet stuff instead of all over hell. I mean, anybody that runs bait knows that we got to sit and fight the fucking wasps and the bees every goddamn day. But yeah, he didn't eat. I mean, they ate quite a bit actually. This barrel was full. That barrel was full, so they probably ate 180 pounds of bait or so. So it's a decent hit. We'll check the camera. I don't know, looking at the tracks, doesn't look like there's a big one in here or anything, but it's the first week. So we'll finish baiting this and go check out the other one. I don't have a whole lot of hope with the other one, but at least we got one hit going anyways. Alright, should add too that bears fucking love marshmallow. So the cheapest I could find was 14 cents an ounce, and that was for dehydrated mini marshmallows on Amazon. So I bought a 50-pound bag of that, and it was fairly expensive, but whatever, they fucking love marshmallows. So that's one of our primary baits, and it's the boogie woman and the kid. Less caramel on you so far this year, or this week.
Well, hopefully she learned her lesson last week.
Yeah.
That could be a caramel covered child.
Alright, the last thing we want to put on our baits is the honey. The reason we put that on last is because, well, the bees and wasps are sons of bitches about it. So, see here, more in this barrel here, it is full. We got a lot of chocolates, we got Pop-Tarts, we got pretty much everything last week, just more of it. We got this barrel pumped full, we got the other barrel pumped full. Now we'll just do in a bunch of honey. We got, I think I got peanut butter in this barrel, and I got caramel in the other barrel. So, see which one they like more, I guess. The other barrel at our spot, as you can tell, we got them full as hell. Like I said, here in the no quota zone where we're at, we're in a transitional area, and the bears just don't stick around if there isn't food. Doesn't matter how many bears you have on your bait, the second you run out of food, they're gone. And you'll be lucky if they come back in a week. So, first thing you could do is not bait enough. I know it's a lot of work putting out this much fucking bait, but it's effective, and there's no point wasting our time otherwise. So we're just gonna keep putting out a shit ton of bait, and hopefully we get a bunch more bear coming in this week. walking into the second bait here because it's a pain in the ass to get to with the wheeler. So if I ain't got to drive the wheeler here, if it ain't hit, I'm not going to. So, been hipping and hoeing on my way in here because I really don't feel like running into a bear. I'm pretty quiet, otherwise I'm not really scared of bear, but I know people that are on the other end of the spectrum where they don't respect them, and they're like, oh, if I seen a bear, I'd fucking throw something at him, it'd be fine. And it's like, you know, they look jolly as fuck, but bears are like short-tailed mountain lions that played offensive line in college. They will fuck you up if they want to. So, and it doesn't look like this bait was hit. No. Well, maybe this was way over there. Got drug off, but didn't look like they touched the barrel at all. Not entirely sure. We'll check the camera, but looks like there's some scratches maybe on there. Probably just coons. We'll yeah, see what the camera's got to say. Alright, we haven't checked the camera yet, but even if we don't have a hit here, we're still gonna respray everything down. I got blueberry. Andrew keeps fucking misting me with gold mist.
Gold mist.
I'm gonna stink like caramel now, but yeah, we'll spray the shit out of the area and hopefully we'll get something to come back in here. Like I said, we'll check the camera and see if something just came through. There was a log turned over on the way in, so I kind of thought that a bear had been in here flipping logs and shit over, but it'd take a big fucking coon to drag that 50-pound block off. So, well, we'll check the card and see what we got going. Alright, so we went through the footage, or went through the trail camera stuff anyways, and it's kind of crazy. On the second bait that we placed, the one that didn't look like it was hit, the boogie woman took off with all the stuff the first day we baited, and I was back kind of filming a couple of things, and then I was going to walk out, and on my way out I ran into something in the woods and it took off crashing and scared the shit out of me. I just assumed it was a deer, but on the trail camera on that bait, I'm in there at 1:28 p.m. and then it's like 1:50 p.m. Bear comes in, and he came in, he sniffed around, and then he kind of drug that licorice a little bit, and then he left. He just didn't hit the barrel, which was really kind of odd, and he never did come back. So I don't really know what's the deal with that one, why he decided not to hit the barrel there, if he just wasn't hungry or what the deal was, or maybe we're running something that he doesn't like the smell of. But it's all proven shit that we're running, so I just assumed that he was curious about what was going on there, but he wasn't really hungry enough to go in there and actually hit what was in the barrel. The second bait, we ended up having one big ass boar on there, and then one pretty good boar too. There might be three, it's hard to tell in the photos, but we got 2 if not 3 bear hitting that bait, so it should be pretty good. I'll post the pictures here in the video probably right now. Alright, yeah, that was the photos that we got. That big one looks pretty damn nice. I didn't really get great photos of them, a lot of blurry photos. That camera's kind of shit, but you know, not a whole lot of daylight photos anyways, but pretty good for the first week, especially in this area. To get hits the first week is always something nice. The other bait, like I said, it's kind of weird that he came in once and then boogied and never came back, but hopefully he'll be back in there. Last year that bait kind of was the same way, and it didn't get any hits the first week, and then the second week we had a hit on it, and it just a little bit, but they really didn't start hitting it until probably the second, third week of season. So it's a big area there, a fairly big area compared to a lot of the other places we hunt. It's, I think, damn near 320 there. So we'll I don't know. Hope the bear there somewhere out in that acreage and wander in and find the bait eventually. But yeah, it was a pretty good second weekend of baiting. It was fun getting to check them. I was excited about that all frickin' week. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll hopefully have better updates next week.